Hey, good morning. Hey, I am jumping on here this morning because I know that there's somebody out there that needs this information. Okay, so I wanted to share with you how to support your immune system and your gut when you're on an antibiotic. I think this is super helpful information, and it's something that I'm going through right now. And I just know that not everybody is going to support taking supplements and changing diet and doing all these things and saying that that's really going to work. But now I haven't been on a long time, so I'm feeling like this, my voice is in my throat. So I'm just gonna wait for a second till it kind of settles down. So what I want to tell you is that it is okay and that supplements do work, and that anything that you do to your body to support it in its healing does take that information in and it works with it. So if you think about, the best, easiest way to think about your body is to think about it if you've ever been on a trip with like your family or a big group of people where you're trying to get, why am I nervous this morning? The group of people from one location to the other location. And you can only go, your family can only go as fast as the slowest person in that group. So if you're like, how are we going to get our family to move faster? You got to look at the person who's moving the slowest and see what you can do to take off some of the load. And when you do take the load off, then your family can move faster. So you help them. And that's kind of how your immune system works, is that if you're using all kinds of chemicals and all kinds of things, it bogs down your ability to repair your body. And so when you're on an antibiotic, your body has this massive load of chemicals coming at it, because what it's trying to do is trying to take the bacteria out of the system that you're fighting, and it's trying to take it down to zero so it doesn't no longer exist. And when you do that, what happens is that you're trying to rebuild. So you're going to try to put some stuff in your system that helps to rebuild that faster. And so if you do that and you take out all the things that are kind of bogging your system down, like pesticides and chemicals and all that kind of stuff, then you have an even a better chance to heal faster. And so that's what we're kind of talking about, is how do you take the three-prong approach, removing things that bother you, putting new things in, and just eliminating things that are already inside your body. So a couple weeks ago, got bit by a tick, and I sent the tick to UMass Amherst. You can do this now. It's like super cool. And they will take that tick and they will analyze what is the DNA of this tick. Now I just thought, it might be nice to know, it's $20, whatever. Really didn't think anything was going to come back positive. But when it came back and it said, hey, that tick was actually carrying Lyme. You know what? That kind of freaked me out. I got to be honest with you. But you really just have to stop what you're doing and say, okay, what do I know how to do? What can I do? And let me just do that. So that's exactly what I did, and that's what I'm going to share with you, because it is tick season and it is kind of scary. So the first thing you can do is see whether the tick has Lyme, okay? I'm just going to take a drink of my coffee because my throat's getting dry. The second thing that you're going to do is you're going to say, okay, now how can I support? You're going to take that antibiotic because you absolutely don't want to deal with Lyme. And so the antibiotic is going to take that Lyme bacteria out, and it's going to eliminate that, but it's going to eliminate everything else. So you're going to want to take some precautionary steps, and you're going to want to take a probiotic. I use one that has 17 billion active cultures. It's called Life 9, and it has 9 strains. This is not the only probiotic, but I would highly suggest that you get a probiotic that has more than 6 strains, okay? And then you want to at least to have 12 billion active cultures. You really want a good one. Now, right now, I am taking this 3 times a day. 3 times a day, and you go, oh my God, that's overkill. Well, when you have autoimmune and you have kind of a compromised intestinal tract, not so much. You really want to get the good bacteria in it. And I really started thinking about this when I started fermenting some vegetables, the pickles. because how that lactofermentation works is very similar to what exactly you're doing in your gut. And what that is you are trying to crowd out with good bacteria the bad bacteria. So if you think about when you put your vegetables in a salt solution, you're basically creating an environment where you're creating bacillus, the probiotic. And when you do that, you're taking that environment and you're not allowing anything else to grow into it unless oxygen gets in it. And then you're going to want to skim that off the top. We talked about that during that pickle fermentation. So you're doing the same thing in your gut. So you really want to take those probiotics like 3 times a day to just support your system, because that's what you're doing. The second thing I'm going to say is you're going to want to take some type of digestive enzyme. Again, this is not the only digestive enzyme out there. This is kind of a very general one. I like that it's called essential enzymes. And so what this has in it, I take this every single morning. And right now I'm taking it with every single meal. And I'll talk about the timing of these things in a second. But this one has hydrochloric acid in it. So when you start taking in kind of the higher starchy kind of things, that one will help break down the amylase, I think it's called, but whatever. So it will support the absorption of whatever nutrients that you're taking in. So now you're building good bacteria, and then you're going to take a digestive enzyme with your meals so that you're helping to break down the foods and the nutrients that you are taking in, you're actually able to absorb it. So you're kind of doing 2 things, okay? Got that? And then the third thing is, and there's other things, I'm just covering 4 today, and then the other things I'll cover another time. But the probiotics, the digestive enzymes are absolutely most important. And then the other one I take is a fish oil. And this fish oil, this one actually, let's see if you can see that. It's called Omega Gize. And that one has 3 things in it, okay, that I love. And I bump up one of them. So it has EPA, it has DHA, it has CoQ10. You can Google all these things. But these are supporting your body's ability to make the hormone, and then vitamin D3. The EPA, DHA is keeping the inflammation down. That's what you want. Those are really good fats. So the more omega-3s you can get in your body, you're supporting an anti-inflammatory pathway. If you start eating chips and all the processed foods, you're supporting an inflammatory pathway, and that's not what you want to do. You want to keep everything kind of at bay. You want to keep the fires down, you want to keep the probiotics high, and you want to keep the absorption of your nutrients super powerful, okay? And then there's D3 in there, and D3 I take an extra supplement of that as well, because with autoimmune, if you have an autoimmune condition, you want your vitamin D3 levels to stay above, I like them to be above 50, 60, somewhere in that realm, because vitamin D is a hormone producer, and it helps to modulate or whatever those pathways. Okay, so the last one I take this stuff called Ninja Red, which is a antioxidant supplement, and it is a freaking powerhouse. And I mean that because no matter if I'm taking in the digestive enzyme, this thing is flooding my body with antioxidants. And that's exactly what I'm trying to really kind of, through alchemy, I'm trying to get my body to heal, because it had some bacteria in it that I don't really want. So those are the 4 key supplements. I know I went fast with them, but I'm trying not to. I'm just trying to be concise. They are a probiotic, okay, right there. And the digestive enzyme that you're going to want to take. And then you also take the EPA, DHA, and then you take the Ninja Red. So those 4 ways, whether you use these guys or use other supplements, those are kind of what you're trying to get at that. And so that's how you want to support yourself if you're on an antibiotic. The other ways, very quickly, that people don't really think that the other ways to take the load off of your body is to eliminate a lot of things that you use to clean your house. And the foods that you eat. So you have a whole gamut of it. I personally think one of the easiest ways to eliminate some of the toxins that I take into my physical body is by using cleaners that don't contain that stuff. So I want to give you one tip. that if you see a cleaner that has the word fragrance in it, look at the back of it, that is not going to be supporting what we're trying to do here with all these supplements. So you're going to want to avoid the fragrance. Young Living actually has a special that they're running right now. Whereas if you want to jump on, if you're like been thinking about doing the oily train and you're like, hey, I love to learn about the oily train, this is a great time to do it because they're offering to give you that cleaner right here, the Steves, for free this month, and a cute little spray bottle to go along with it. So you have like this whole little set that basically that eliminates all of the chemicals that you would use to spray down your counters, to clean your food, to clean your floors, to clean your toilets. It's all in a very concentrated full-size container called Thieves, which is amazing. So I will put the details of that up at another time. But I really wanted to come on here and share that because I don't want you to miss out on that. That's a great deal. That is if you get a premium starter kit. But more importantly, I wanted to really share with you that if you are on antibiotic or you know somebody that's on an antibiotic and you get some feedback from different people that say supplements don't work, they absolutely do work. You have to get really good ones, but they absolutely do work and they support your body and they support healing. So food, supplements, and personal care products and cleaners are really your choices on what you do with your body. And please don't ever let anybody say that you can't heal your body because you absolutely 100,000% have that ability to use the gifts that God has left here on the planet for us to utilize. And I really mean that from like the bottom of my heart. I get nervous talking about like selling things because that makes me nervous. But I absolutely believe in the power of healing, and I definitely want to put that information out there. So anyways, have a happy Wellness Wednesday. Reach out to me with any questions you have about those supplements, and I'd be more than happy to impart any kind of knowledge that I have. Okay? Have a great day.